Okay, so I have added the link in the chat window as well. You can check it out from there. Have you got the link, everyone? I have added the link in the chat window. Okay, so we are parallelly keeping it live on YouTube so that you can later on access the video when we are done with the session. It's not possible in offline, but online it is possible. So let's start last time where we stopped. Yeah, last time what we were doing is, let me know once my screen is visible to you. Okay, so last time what we were doing is we started with the state and behavior. We started with the concepts of class. We understood state and behavior are connected to each other, and they act on state. Behavior acts on state, changes the state from one state to another state. Yes. Just a request, just to make that the other link open as well. You can attend from your Google Meet, but please make sure you attend. You just keep this link open. You can put that on mute and keep it open. That's it. So next, people are still joining. Just okay. Can I get a quick thumbs up if my is everything properly visible? Right. We can proceed. Okay. So what we did last time, we understood there are various type of methods, right? This is what we did in our class. We understood the Pascal casing, Camel casing. We understood the structure of the class, and then the next thing what we tried was objects in Java are not operational on declaration; they need to be instantiated, right? So instantiation is nothing but the usage of new keyword plus constructor, correct? Instantiation is nothing but usage of new keyword plus the constructor. Yeah, for those who are joining in now, kindly also join on the other link I have shared in the window. Yeah. Okay. So what we do here, we spoke about this last time, right? When you create an object of pen, it will be pointing to what? Null, right? It will always point to null. And when you create an object for it, yeah, when you create an object for it, what will happen? It will become instantiated. How do you do the instantiation? You do using new pen. So initially, the thing which was pointing at null is now pointing at a memory location. Yeah, it is now pointing at a memory location. This is how. Okay, just to simply demonstrate. See what happens initially here is you have pen p semicolon. Pen p will always point to null. It will always point to null. But the moment you do p is equal to new pen bracket bracket, it will no longer point to null. It will no longer point to null. It will start locating at the memory allocation which we are looking for. Okay? It will start working on the memory allocation which we look for. Yeah? This is what it does for us. Yeah? This is what it does for us. So same way when we are working. So got this right? Like this is the memory allocation we are working with, and then we understood about the behavior. Behavior methods are of two types. Behavioral methods are of two types: constructional and operational. Just 1 minute. Huh? No, you also have. Is the screen visible on YouTube? Is the screen visible on YouTube along with my face? Can you please help me out there? Just a small request. Can you also please go to the YouTube link so that see I'm doing that live so that we can have the recording later on. But there are only 4 people there. If you can just open that link in your another window, that would be helpful. Is my screen visible to you all on YouTube? Like someone is saying that it's not visible. Just a small request, please open this link in your another tab. That would be fine. I don't want to have a stream on my channel where only 10 people are there. That is why I'm asking. And I'm doing that so that I can help you out with the so that you can have the recording later on. That's the only going there. Okay. So so I am sharing a link in YouTube. Can you check that out quickly? I have shared a link on YouTube. If you like whatever code we want to do, I will paste it here. You will be able to. So I want to save the time, complete, cover the practical as much as we can. So uh, yeah, I'll code here and then I'll keep on sharing. Yeah, I'll keep on sharing. Have you received? Everyone received the code share link? Have you received the code share link? You can find the link here. There are still some people. So let's start with that function now. So here I have to create a folder. Sharing in YouTube, or I can like yeah, I got it. My voice was fluctuating because I'm sharing screen from 2 different softwares. It is affecting my RAM performance. So will it do if I just keep on sharing on YouTube there? Is that okay? Everyone is able to access from YouTube, right? Like if you can just give me a quick thumbs up. You all, I have got the link. So I'm not sharing from, but there are only still three people who are there. That is why I am worried about it. Don't want to mess up with your. Yeah, that is what. Yeah, that is what I was saying. That if you want the session to be later on available, I can keep only the live going on. I will stop the meet. That is what I'm saying. But for that, everyone need to shift there. If you don't want the recording for later, I am fine. I will stop the YouTube live and I will switch to Google Meet. Your choice. We'll keep it in one place. Okay. So can we switch to? I'll do what? I'll add the link on our WhatsApp channel, and from there I will. Can anyone add this link to our WhatsApp? Okay. Can someone share this with me on our YouTube channel? I'll do it by myself. So I'm stopping meet. We are meeting here. This is the new link. I have posted this in the chat for both the groups. Okay, so I'm only continuing on YouTube now. So I have added the link in the chat for everyone on WhatsApp chat as well. So how do we write this function? We write a simple function here. Let's call it as method m1. Now method m1 does what? I have a simple method. Another one, what I want to do is public void add. I want int a, I want int b, and with int a and int b, what I want to do, I want to calculate addition. So I'll say int c is equal to a plus b, and let's say I want to display this. So again, I'll say system.out.println addition is plus c. Okay. Then I have got public int get gst, and I say return. First, you can have the variable as well, int gst rate is equal to 18, and then I return gst rate. Yeah, we are returning the gst rate. And the last one is where I take an input as well as I want to return something. So I'll say return a function called a square with int a or int number, let's say. And what will we do here is we will simply return number multiplied by number. Okay, we'll do number multiplied by number. This is how I write a simple class. Yeah, this is how I write a simple class. Can you follow along quickly, please? So yeah, can we type it out this quickly? Just to share save us some time, what I'm doing is I am also sharing this on my code share. You will be able to copy from here. See, I have added the link on YouTube again. Can you just check out? You can check this code and copy and use it. Don't cut paste it, it will cut for all. You can take the copy of this code, paste it in your code and start using it. So this was the code we started, right? Added this code. If you try to run this, what will happen? Will it execute? Yes, no. If you try to run this, what will happen? Will it execute? Don't paste here. Don't everyone, please don't paste anything here. If you try to run this, will it still, like, how will it run? Is that, are you understanding this? What will happen here is if we try to run this, will that execute? Yes, no, maybe. No, right? This is not possible. We're not. It's not possible us for us to run. Why? Can anyone give me a reason? Why can I run this? Why cannot I run this file? Execution is not possible for this. Why is there a chance that execution is not possible for this? For execution to happen, there needs to be a main method, right? Yeah, exactly. What Soham is saying, we need a main method. So for that, I am doing what? Okay, just a second. Yep. So what we are going to do here is I will add a new file. Let me call that as my methods the runner dot java file. This is the file where I will actually write my main method. Yeah, this is the file where I'll write my main method. You have to make sure both of them belongs to the same folder. Okay, both of them has to be in the same folder. So as I now write the main method, I can instantiate the object. How can I do that? My method m is equal to new my method, and then I can say m dot m1, which was the method without no parameter, no method function. Then I can then say m dot add. I pass, let's say, 3 and 4. I pass 3 and 4 here. See, you see this a and b which is occurring. This is not coming from. This is actually not coming from your Java code. It is actually a part of your Visual Studio IntelliSys to show you how better it can be. Yes. Then I want to get the GST rate. I will say get int GST is equal to m dot get GST. It will return me some value. So here I can simply say system.out.println GST received. Okay. And then I can say the GST object. Okay. And the last is int sq is equal to m dot square, and I pass 5, and I return, sorry, this value will return me 25. So I'll say system.out.println square of 5 of square is plus sq. and now I can actually run this. So I will open my terminal and I will say, if I compile one, it will compile both of them. Okay. So if I say, if I compile my methods runner, it should compile. See, there was a problem here. Cannot find a symbol. Okay. It is my methods, not my method. File does not match. I made a problem. See, bad source file error. This happens, right? I told you. Class name, file name should be same. Now it is compiled. So if in my terminal I say Java space my methods runner dot class. See, method M1 addition is 7, GST received is 18, square is 25. Okay. So what are the changes you will do now? You will create a new Java file. You will create a new Java file. Let us, I will add it in my code share. Only change you need to do is add my methods here, the name of the class and file. Just make sure you are writing that properly. And this is the new code which I have added. Same link, the code will get updated. So this is how you will execute it. Yeah, done. Are we done with this? So the code is available on your code share link what I've shared. You will be able to get it from there as well. Simple, like this code is done. Then the other part we understood the other day is, yeah, yes. Next is we needed to talk about the constructor. So let's create a new file. Let us call it as car.java. Now car can have okay, my bad, rename. So I have class car. Now car, I want to add multiple constructors here, and let's say first thing first. I declare a variable. Let me call that variable as int color, string name, okay, and float price. Then I create a constructor. This is a blank constructor, right? So I will say system.out.println car constructor invoked, which is a blank constructor. Okay. Then I say car. I'm going to accept some variable. For example, int color. So I'll write int c. Then I say string n for string name. So this is one of the constructor I'm writing. Yeah. And then I do what? I say color is equal to c and name is equal to n. Okay, and name is equal to n. And this is, see, the state in which a class or an object comes in. That is what I want to display after the constructor. So I want to write a method public void display, and in my display I want to say system.out.println car name plus name. Then I say car price. Then I'll display price here. And last we have what? Car color. I will display the color here. Oh, I have taken color as in. Okay, my bad. So how about instead of color, let me just take a price here. And here also I'll convert that into what? A price. Okay, I've also given the price. Let me switch back to my color and let us consider this into a string. So I have string color, string name, float price, and here I am expecting you to pass me the string color, and so on. Now there are two types of constructor I have given. I told you right during the session that constructor is nothing but the way in which the object get instantiated, and we call it before the object is instantiated. So here what am I going to do is, let's create another class because we don't write the main method inside the entity classes. So I'll say car runner dot java file, and under my car runner I will write a main method. Inside main method I'll say car c semicolon, c is equal to new car. If I do this way and then I say c dot display, see what will happen. Java c car runner dot java space car runner, and when I run this, see, car without any constructor is invoked, car name is null, car price is 0.0, car color is null. But at the same time, if I create another car, now I say car c1 is equal to new car, and I pass color as, let's say, black, and name of the car is, let's say, Honda City. Okay, and then I do c1 dot display. See, this time only the price is 0.0 because that was not instantiated. So when you write a class for car, it is important like how you write the constructors, how constructor actually allows. So before, like, see what happened here. This was the place where all the instantiation got happened, and I was in this state after the instantiation. So constructor takes you from bad state to one good state and allows you to have certain values before the object get live. Yeah. So I will add this code in the link share. This is car and this is car runner. Both are two different classes. First, write for car quickly. Yes, everyone copied the code for car. Are we done? Can we proceed? Should we consider Java for backend or should we go for Node.js? It depends upon the both of them are fine. And Sufyan, just to answer your question on that note, what exactly happens is it depends upon like how do they select in company. If I have a now you tell me you have 5 people and all of them are JavaScript based. What would be the ideal backend? What would be the ideal backend in that situation? Good question, by the way. So if you have all the people who are coming from JavaScript background, it will always be ideal to go for Node.js, right? Because Node.js is all about JavaScript, 100% JavaScript. So in that situation, we'll go for JavaScript. And if you have, but if you want to put your security at top, in that situation, people normally tend to use your JavaScript, Java, where you write the backend using Spring Boot. Have you heard of Spring Boot? Ever worked with Spring Boot? Yeah, it is. Yeah, perfect. So Spring Boot is also like a pure Java based thing. It allows you to work a lot in that situation. So it depends upon what your company requirement and what the project requirement is. Okay. Next is car runner. I am adding this again on the code share. Please copy this from there. Okay. I have added this car runner. So you write this and then you execute this one. Is this done? Can we proceed? I have given you the code in the chat link. You can check it out from there. Yeah, can we proceed, everyone? So we did the constructor part, we did the other part, compilation, free constructor thing also we have seen, right? So just to show you the free constructor thing, let's say I create a class by name of, let's say pencil. Okay, I write pencil.java and I want to show you get the free constructor. So here I say public void, right? And in my right, I say system dot out of println right of pencil, right of pencil. And when I create a pencil runner now, I write the main method, and here I say pencil p is equal to new pencil. So what it is doing, it is creating a pencil object for me, and p dot write. Okay, p dot write. And now if I try to run this, see Java pencil runner. So right of pencil. Now if you see the class of pencil, I do not have any constructor. So where am I getting the free constructor from now? Where am I getting the free constructor? This is the call to the constructor, right? This is where we are calling the constructor. So where am I getting that free constructor? That free constructor is something my Java compiler provides to me, right? As per this rule, the Java compiler provides us a free constructor. Are you understanding this? What we have discussed last time, right? This is what we had a discussion during the session. Okay. Now let's talk about the state. State in Java is nothing but what we have got variables. Variables are placeholder for data where value can change. Yeah, nothing but it is a placeholder for data where a value can change. Now they can be of two types. They can be of primitive and they can be with object with has a relationship. Now, primitive variables are those variables which are declared using the data type. For example, like byte, boolean, char, short, int, long, float, and double. So, if your class have any variable which is declared using this byte, boolean, char, short, int, long, yes, is everyone done with the previous code? Should I proceed? Can I get a quick? Yeah, yeah. I will share this PDF for reference after the end of the session today. Yes. Is everyone here? Like, can you please give me a thumbs up on YouTube, please? I hope you all join. You all are here, right? Because I cannot find. There are still have 34 people here. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we have got byte, boolean, char, short, int, long, float, and double. And object variables are those variables which are declared using other class objects. Yeah, they are declared using other class objects. For example, car has a radio. We have discussed this, right? Car has a radio. Now, when car has a radio, what it exactly does? Car is a different object. Radio is a different object. So for what I have here, what a radio car, what it is saying, class radio. Initially, it has a volume and it has a play function. Now in my class car, I have the string name. Now is it an object with other class or is it a see in fuel level is nothing but a object? Is it a primitive type, right? Fuel level is nothing but a primitive type. See, class car have a variable by name. Now strings are considered to be a different object. So we'll talk about string in some time, but consider that to be an object of a different class. But because the fuel level was an int based variable, it becomes my primitive variable. So here fuel level is my primitive value. Then I have got my radio r is equal to new radio, and then I have got public void run. Yeah, I have got public void run, the method. So see how does it looks like when the object is created. Yeah, when my object is created for the car, the outer area is for methods, the inner area is for variables. So let me just help you out with that. I will show you how does that look like, work like. Now consider I have a car. Okay, car, class car have a instance of radio. So I have got int fuel level, radio r, and then certain methods. Now what will happen when you instantiate this car c is equal to new car? You know what exactly happens here is we first get an object of we first get an object of car. Yeah, we get an object of car. Inside this car, there are another objects, right? So let us only consider the radio for now. So I have got another object, which is this one. Okay, which is this one, which is nothing but the object of radio, yeah, which is a part of my class car. And this radio have its own. So, and there can be other variables as well. Now let's say the primitive variables I am declaring using a rectangle. So my fuel level, let me just, this is my car, this is my fuel level. Yeah, this is my fuel level. Now if I take the car object out, what will I get? That this is actually pointing to another object, right? Which was the radio object, which has its own method, variables, and so on. Are you understanding this? Are you understanding this? See, this was my fuel level, this was my radio R, and this was actually the radio object which had that play function and so on. Now you tell me, if I want to access this fuel level using my car, what will be the line of code I will have to write? What will be the line of code I will have to write? I will have to say c dot fuel level, isn't it? But at the same time, if I want to access the radio, how will I access that radio? How will I access that radio? I will have to say c dot, yeah, c dot r, correct? I will have to say c dot r, but r itself is an object which has a function of play. So I'll have to say c dot r dot play when I want to access an object which belongs into some other class. Making sense? Is it making sense? How do I access? When I had to access this variable, I had to say what? C dot, first I had to say c dot fuel level for accessing the fuel level. But when I had to access the radio, I'll have to say c dot r, which is the radio object, dot, let's say, play. Have you seen something like this in your code before now? Yeah, have you seen something like this? This sort of syntax somewhere where you have one object, then other object, and then you're calling. Do you remember working with system dot out dot println? Somewhat similar. Making sense? Is this quite synonym here? This both? Yes, no, not in JavaScript, but see here, are you able to connect it? Here I have got c dot r dot play, and here I have got system dot out dot println. The syntax quite seems to be same. Yes, no. The syntax seems quite safe to be same. Correct. This is basically how we connect with both of them. Like now, consider your system must be a class which has another class called as whose object is out. This is nothing but a print writer object, and then you're calling the println method. So we'll talk about it. Only difference is here we are doing c dot r dot play, and here I am doing system, which is s uppercase, system dot out dot println. There is the reason what we use here is called as static. We'll talk about that. Yeah. So moving back here, let me write the code for this. So I'll do what? I will create a new folder. Let me call it as state. And inside state, I will create a new file. Let me call it as radio.java first. And in my radio.java, I don't need this package because VS Code directly adds the package. We'll talk about packages going ahead. Then here I have a variable called as int volume. Now you tell me, volume, is it a primitive variable or is it an object reference? Is it a primitive variable or is it an object reference? Volume. Okay. Then I do what? I'll say public. You answer me for that. Is it a primitive variable or an object reference? So public void play. Yes, it's a primitive variable. Why? Because it belongs to the 8 of those primitive type. And then I can say here system.out.println radio playing at volume plus volume. So I've created a simple class first. Yeah, I've created a simple class with volume and play. Okay, with volume and play. So here I say Java C and compile radio, no problem at all. The class file is generated. Yeah, that is fine if you get that error. Then in the state folder itself, I'll write another file. Let me call it as car.java. In my car.java, what I do in my car.java, I'll declare some variables. First is what? Int fuel level. Okay, int fuel level. Then I have got string name of the car, and now I have got radio, and I name it as radio variable. Okay, see, this is one part where I want to show you that whenever you are writing statements inside the JavaScript Java class, either you can do declare instantiation while declaration. That is possible. For example, you can say radio is equal to new radio like this. But any attempt to like see, is this valid? This should be valid or not? What I've done after this? If I try to compile this file now, it will, let's see what does it say. It says identifier expected. One thing while working in Java which you need to understand, the moment you get something called as identifier expected, remember you have added something where it should not be, where it should not have been there. Yeah. So what has happened here? In the area outside your function methods and methods and constructor, only you can do is declaration or instantiation while declaration. So you are doing radio r is radio is equal to new radio. That is 100% fine. See, this is 100% fine. If I do this and compile, there will be no problem at all. But if you do radio is equal to new radio on next line, it will give you a problem. The problem is it cannot actually execute for you. The statements cannot, expressions cannot be written in the direct area. Yeah. So now what I do in my class car, I say public void, let's say run of the car, and in the run of the car, I'll just say system.out.println car is running. Okay, car is running. So I have a method of car, and what I do next is I find when I want to access this, I will simply say car runner again, car runner.java file, and in my car runner.java file, I will say the main method. In my main method, do I need to declare the instantiate the object of radio here? No. What I can do is I can simply say car C or car is equal to new car. Then if I want to set, if I want to change my fuel level to let's say 100, what will be the syntax? Can you add it in the chat window? I have a variable by name fuel level in my class car, which is a default value, so I can access it. I want to set it to 100. Can you show me the syntax in the chat, please? How can I convert this like car dot fuel level to let's say 100? How can I do that? Anyone? If I want to change my fuel level to let's say 100, what will be the line of code I'll have to write here? Anyone? Can you give this a try? Car have an object by the name of car, which has a fuel level variable. How will I do that? How do you set a variable to 100? Think in that direction first. Think in that direction first. How do you set the variable to 100? Anyone? No one? At least anyone can give a try. Someone can give a try. No one is giving a try. Okay, how about I'll give it a try. I'll say car dot fuel level is equal to 100. Okay, and what I want to do in car is running and fuel level is plus whatever was my fuel level. Okay, then I say, yeah, perfect. Got that. Car dot fuel, but it is fuel level for us. Now I want to set. I want to access the radio. How will I do the radio now? I will say car dot radio. Car dot radio dot. I'll set the volume to, let's say, 50. Okay, and then I say car dot run. Call the function and car dot radio dot play. Okay, so this is how you have an object. That object have another object. You can access those variable values here. So now I do what? Java C car runner. Okay, first I have to update, compile the car. So I'll say Java C car dot Java Java C car runner dot Java. Okay. Why is it not able to find that symbol? Java C car runner cannot find symbol of car. This package thing came into picture. Now if I say Java space car runner and run this, so it will say car is running and fuel level is 100. Why I set it like this here. Then I say car radio is playing at this volume, so 50. Okay. So how will you write this code now? I will have three classes. What are those? First is radio. Here what I'll have to say, create a subfolder. Create a subfolder, and inside that create one radio, then your different car.java and your car runner.java. So these are three different classes. Please make sure you add it in them in your different variables as well. Three different Java files as well. Please do that. Yeah, let me know once you are able to execute this. This is the final output you should be getting. Hey, are we done? Let me know. Hey, are we done? Like, were you able to execute this? Anyone facing any issue? Okay, so considering you have completed this, now there are next type of implementation. What is based upon the position of the variable, we decide the variable are of which type. There are two types of variable: instance variable in Java and local variable in Java. Now these are not about understand one thing. This is not about having your variable values, like this is not about primitive type and object type. Based upon the placement, based upon the position, we define what type of variable that is. So here we have got two types: instance variable and local variables. Instance variable are those variables which are declared outside the constructor and or methods. Local variables are those variables which are declared inside the constructor and or methods. Yeah, even your parameters are considered to be the local variables. The instance variable will be available throughout the class, whereas the local variable will only be available inside the constructor or method where it is declared. And once declared, if a variable is declared in an instance area, it will be assigned to the default value. Whereas on other hand, if it is left undeclared, if it is just let declared in your local area, it will be considered to be what? It will be considered to be an error. Like you cannot then provide the value to it. So for example, consider this is the class. Any variable which is declared outside, any variable which is declared outside will be considered as what? Outside the constructors and methods, it will be considered as what? Instance variable. But inside the constructors and variables will be considered as what? The local variable. Okay. Now, how do we write this code for this? So in the state itself, I will write a file. Let us call it as circle.java. Let us call it as circle.java. In my circle.java, now quick response I want here. If I have int radius, is this local or an instance variable? Is this variable local variable or an instance variable? Radius is an instance or local? Radius is actually an instance variable, right? Why? Because it is declared outside. Now what are the constructor area and other area? So here first is public void set radius int r. How do I set the value of incoming radius to this variable radius? Can you help me out with that at least? Am I audible? Because I'm not getting any responses from you all. Yep. Here what we are doing is we are taking the radius value. Now I want to set which is the local variable. This is the instance variable. This is the local variable. I want to set the radius. So what will I do? Radius is equal to r. And because this radius can be used everywhere, I want to do what? I want to create an object of public void area. And in area calculation, what I want to do? In area calculation, what I want to do, I'll say double area is equal to math dot pi multiplied by radius multiplied by radius. So I'm doing pi r square. Yeah, I'm doing pi r square, and I say system dot out dot println area for circle with radius is area. Okay. Now you tell me what is local and what is instance variable here? What is local variable? What is instance variable here? Can I say radius is instance variable and this r is a local variable? And here I have assigned the value of local variable to the instance variable. And let's say I create another class circle runner dot java file, and in my circle runner dot java file I want to write a main method, and in the main method I simply say circle c is equal to new circle c dot set radius, let's say 25, and then I do c dot area I do circle runner. So area for circle with radius 25 is 1963. Yeah. So can we try this out? This is first. Then we have got circle runner, which is a different class. But they all have to be in the same folder, right? You know that. Yeah, I have added the code on that code shell. Yes, are we done with this? Are we all done with this? Can we proceed? Can we proceed, everyone? Okay, now there is one problem. The idea is I was doing what I did radius, right? I did radius. Now, do you think so? This is a bit confusing here. If I say circle, this R can mean anything, right? This R can actually mean anything. So when it comes to public void set radius, I have to tell them that what does this radius means? Yeah, what does this radius means? So this R is what radius, but what will the problem it will create? What is the problem it will create? See, RADIUS is equal to RADIUS. It will go into something called as ambiguity error. Yeah, if I try to compile this, it is compiled. In earlier versions of Java, this does not used to get compiled. The problem was we are using, like, it is not assignment to the variable radius has no effect, because it is not able to find out which one is the local, which one is the, yeah, which one is the local and which one is the instance variable. Can you tell me in this radius is equal to radius, which one is the instance, which one is the local? So for example, yeah, in this code, what do you think so? Which one is the instance variable, left or the right? Yeah, which one do you think so is the instance variable? Left variable or right is the instance variable? Instance variable is the variable which will be declared inside the instance data area. Now, what is the instance data area? The area which is outside the constructor. So this is my constructors and methods wala area. So if I get rid of this area, whatever are the variables declared here will be considered to be what? Instance variable. So this radius is an instance variable. Now with this radius will be available across. So if you look at this one, yeah, if you look at this radius is equal to radius, the left one is nothing but the instance variable. So I need to tell the Java that whatever value is going to come from my variable or the parameter, please assign it to whom? Assign this to the instance variable. So this is how. And how do I use this variable? This. So if when I want to refer to my own object, I will say this. So this dot variable, this is equivalent to using as me, me, myself, and yeah, I, me, and myself, like what we normally say as pronouns. So this is nothing but a pronoun for a class, and we are using that pronoun here in our implementation. Are we understanding this? So we have to, when if I change my radius to radius, I will have to say this dot radius. So whenever we want to tell them that the left like instance variable is equal to the actual value, we assign this as this particular variable value. Are we clear on this? Are we all clear on this? Yes, no, maybe something. Yeah. So this is one change you will do in your class of radius. I will just update it. I will update the class in CodeShare. Okay, is this done? Is this done? So made the changes, and yeah. So I guess that is what I wanted to cover today for today's session. Join back in the Teams Meet link. Can you please join back into the meet so that I can take your. Okay. So can you? I'll give you 5 minutes. You want? I will share the link again in the YouTube chat. Just add back. Just join back into the link so that I can take your attendance quickly. Okay, so I'll just track your attendance. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Thanks a lot. And I am closing the stream on YouTube. I will share the link later on when it is generated. And codes are already there on the link. I will share the link in that description as well. I will share the PDF link on the YouTube on the WhatsApp chat. Okay. Thank you.